Hey y'all, my name is Boo.
My name is TT.
And you're watching the TT and Boo podcast.
I thought we said it the same
Yeah,
time.
no, yeah. But anyway, I posted questions earlier this week, and she did too. And we basically just asked questions from our own point of view, what was on our mind. They don't have to be in sync. We just have conversations about a lot of stuff. Yeah. Mine was about the black community handling stress, depression, substance abuse, and mental illness. The first question was, how does the black community handle stress? And I got good feedback on it.
It's actually going this way too. See feedback.
Yeah. You gave a lot of feedback. You want to read it?
This is your question. It's best for
Anyways, one of the comments was from Tamelia, well, TT Marie Toes, which is her. She said, I feel like black people, as far as the community goes, we take it out on each other. We are so hateful towards each other because of how our day went or how bad the community looks, which is filled with blacks. So that's a set point already. To train the mind to not even have faith in our community, let alone our own people. We are mad at the next person for doing well, or we take offense to it with insecurities because we are insecure to the fact of our success. We feel like we are doing nothing while other people are succeeding. So we down talk their success to feel avoiding our emotions. And doing good to make...
In other words, we talk trash about a person who's doing good to make ourselves not feel bad about not doing anything.
Not speaking for all black people though, because it's different between black people and the N-word. And when I say we, I mean just black people in general, not the race or ethnicities applies. And for the difference between black people and the N-word is it's the difference between black people and, you know, the N-word, because, you know, some people, because they don't have no type of self-control, or they don't know when the right time is the right time. Meaning, like, when you go inside the grocery store and you talking loud, or you cursing out loud, or you just being ratchet for no reason.
Right.
Versus the person who go in there and be decent. I'm not saying you can't be yourself if you that type of person, but sometimes just the time and place where you do stuff. And how you present yourself. Another response was from a girl named Lene Wilson. She said the black community doesn't acknowledge stress because it's a sign of weakness. So, I want to scroll down. So I felt like she was right, because I feel like in the black community it does get suppressed with substance, and it causes self-destruction if a person isn't confident in themselves. And what I mean by self-destruction, meaning like you basically grow this self-hate towards yourself, and if you see anybody else doing good or either loving themselves, for some reason you are intimidated by it. Intimidated or either angry at them because they know what they want to do, or they, you know, and you basically take it out on them, or you find a reason to either try to ruin their day, ruin their mood, because you're not confident in yourself and you insecure. And I really feel like there's a lot of people that do that who's not secure in themselves and see other secure people and go out their way. And I honestly don't like it. Honestly, people who are like that, I don't want you around me. Honestly, and the second question was, what's secure to depression? What's secure to depression to you?
You're gonna have to seek actual help, like from another person. Like depression, you won't be able to cure yourself. Like you have to talk to people. You have to vent. You have to have a therapist. You're gonna have to find out what makes you happy again. A cure to depression is not always medical either. People think you have to take medicine. The cure to depression got something to do with your mind. So, and a lot of times you don't feel loved when you're depressed. So it's more so has something to do with you actually talking to somebody, and somebody actually understanding what type of person you are. And you have to just like try to find a way to love yourself as well, because seeking love from other people can also make you depressed, because they can do something to you and you think when they did it they don't love you. So like a cure to depression just means you have to just find yourself. That's all. But go back to who you are, because a lot of times with depression, we lose ourselves in depression and we forget who we are and why we're here. So you just have to find your purpose when it comes to depression. That's how I feel about depression, because you feel so disconnected spiritually and you feel disconnected mentally, and you just feel so drained and you don't want to do nothing. But you just have to really find out what makes you happy, and you have to put yourself first. You have to be selfish. You have to do a lot of stuff to cure depression. But it all starts with you. And you have to, talk to somebody about it.
I feel like a cure to depression is like, it maybe can be meditation, yoga, because I do that. Meditation, yoga, expressing yourself, venting to somebody.
Not just anybody.
It can't just be anybody. It got to be somebody who giving you the right advice on how to handle your vices and situations, because you don't want an enabler for the negative, or always being a yes man telling you you're not wrong for some of the stuff you do or your actions.
And this is what I say too. Sometimes enablers can be another depressed person. So sometimes it's best to talk to somebody who's the opposite,
who been through it already and made it out and can tell you, rather than somebody just
still going through the same thing you're going through
and so just enabling you,
whatever. Yeah,
because they still in they sunken place, so they still stuck. So of course they're not gonna try to talk you out of it. Like they say, misery love company. Yeah. Not saying they,
or they just don't really have the strength.
The proper, they ain't got the proper information to tell you, because they going through their own thing. And some people tell you, I'm going through my own stress, man. I don't really know. Keep your head up, or people like, oh, everybody out here going through it. Yep. There's a lot of time. There's a lot. You hear that a lot in the black community. I got one from a girl named Shauna Marley Davis. She answered the first one when she said they blow it off. This is the first question for depression. How does the black community handle stress? She said they blow it off by saying pray about it, or brush it off, or we all got pains and it's not taken seriously. And for the cure to depression, she said she love in general.
That's like the number one for me.
Yeah, love in general. And it could be from your partner, your family, or an animal you got, pet you got. Cause some people really like close to their pets, because you never know what happened with the family. They probably don't have no family, so they cling to that animal. So I don't, look at people weird who got like a strong bond with their pet either.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Love, listening, and meditation is needed. In her case, she said all three is needed for her.
Yeah.
So the third question was, does substance make it worse or better?
Okay, so she answered the third question.
So I want you.
Shauna Davis. Oh, you gonna ask me?
She said substance abuse makes it worse. Period. To her. What you think?
Substance abuse make it worse because I did the same thing. When I went through my depression, I decided to call myself doing what I was doing. It don't help. It just makes it worse. All it does is it just make the vibe even stronger. So whatever you feel before you do whatever you do, that's what's gonna happen. You're not gonna feel no better. You only gonna feel better, and then when it calms down, you just gonna be like, oh, okay, still sad, depressed, gotta do this, gotta do that. But with that, you just have to I'm the type with my depression, I had to be around people who mean something to me. So that's what I had to do. I had to be around my family every day to get over my. I wouldn't necessarily say I went through depression. I think I went through disconnection. So I had to basically be around my family every day. So as far as like substance, like weed or whatever you like to do to mask your depression, I'm not saying stop doing it, but you don't want to run to it because of how you felt that day, or because you start feeling like a little down and you want to smoke or something like that. Sometimes when you feel down, it's best to go take a walk. Sometimes when you feel down, it's best to talk to some people, because it does not work. Because if it works, you wouldn't keep doing it over and over again. So you have to find like another outlet. Because that what happened with me. I kept doing it over and over again, until I had my panic attack. So it's best to like find another way to channel your depression and your stress rather than just sticking to a substance and abusing it.
I feel the same way. I feel like if your mind isn't right, I feel like if you gonna smoke weed, I think it should be like you securing yourself and because I'm not speaking for everybody else. We speaking for ourselves. So anybody watching this that feel the opposite, you supposed to, because we're not speaking about you. She went through a depression stage where she turned to a drug that didn't help it. It actually made it worse, and it actually like triggered a panic attack. So
it was weed, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything like that right there. But actually a situation happened where I talked to somebody and they we weren't even talking about you. It was just a dude who I was talking to, and he said he actually had a panic attack because he basically was smoking too much.
That's what happened.
He actually had a panic attack. So it reacts to everybody different. Everybody different. Not everybody's the same. But I feel like if your head not on straight, it can make it worse, because if you using it in the wrong way, it will make it worse. Because it's celebrities out here that'll tell you that, turn into a substance. Sometimes it isn't the best thing just because it make you feel good. Yeah. Or just because you think smoking or being the highest, or whoever the highest in the room, you get this imaginary trophy, or you get this imaginary.
You don't want to get too baked.
I don't care. It ain't me.
No, sometimes getting too baked can really, really cause a lot of
I ain't gonna believe this. I'm gonna be harsh about it. People who smoke so much and think they doing something, and I don't care for people like that, because I feel like it's serious. You just doing it just because you just want to be high or whatever like that, and then whoever the highest, I don't care. I really don't care about stuff like that. It really pain behind a lot of people who smoke a lot. You can say you like to be the highest in the room, but whatever. Yeah, I feel like if your mind not right, basically, like if you already in a downer mood, it's some people where it bring them back up, but some people it make you down even more, or sometimes it'll just make you lazy for the rest of the day. You don't have no drive to want to do anything. But like I said, I'm speaking for me, not nobody else, because sometimes it take away my drive, and I don't like it.
It take away my drive after I came down, but
yeah,
like during it, I'm fine. But when it's over, it's just like
yeah. Cause either way it go, I don't care who you is, whoever don't smoke before, smoked a lot, you gonna fall asleep. So all that, you gonna fall asleep, and you're not gonna be too attentive nor focused or self-driven. Like you're not gonna be able to focus. Like that's why, like Offset even said it, and who else said it? They stopped doing drugs. It was Offset and somebody else, a rapper, that said they stopped doing drugs because Nipsey Hussle. When you go into these meetings and you have these meetings with these big corporations and these big people, it throw you off your game and you're not focused, and they feel like they can sell you anything or throw you anything and make it sound good. Versus when you got a clear mind and you haven't smoked, and you see, and these people see that you came in prepared. Like however you act is how people gonna treat you.
Right.
Meaning, if you go into a very important corporate meeting high, if you have no history of having like a business oriented background, meaning you never like handle deals with people, if you don't have that background and you go into this meeting high, these people gonna sell you whatever sound good. You hide your mind so it sound good.
Yeah. So
you gonna go for it. And this ain't me saying this, but successful rappers done say they got in some messed up deals because they went in there high. Or just, I'm in a good mood, so I smoked this morning. Just smoke after the meeting.
Yeah.
It's way more, is better. You have a clear mind. However, if you've done, handle deals before, already, go ahead, smoke. I mean, these people that you trust and you know they're not going to sell you on no BS, go ahead. But for anybody out there, even with me and her, like, we ever was to go into a business deal, we not finna smoke before we go in there.
I'm done with smoking.
She done. But, I wouldn't do it. Whether I did or I didn't, don't go into no meeting. I don't condone it. I wouldn't say do it, because like hearing rappers say that these people actually look for you coming out like a zombie. Yeah. I think people should say heed of that. I took heed of it. But anyway. My fourth question was, is mental illness amongst our culture, and if so, is it camouflaged with substance? Shauna Davis, her response was, it's one of the main reasons our culture is not strong as a whole.
Well, with the mental illness, that kind of like the first question with her answer, that we blow it off. Like, if somebody has mental illness in the black community, we'll say, oh, they crazy, or stupid.
Oh, ain't that wrong with them? They just stupid.
stupid. Yeah. So, mental illness in the black community don't really get talked about as much. And I think the reason why it don't get talked about as much, not because our people don't want to talk about it, is because the society got it to where it doesn't matter if we're mentally ill, because we're gonna always look crazy whether we're mentally ill or not. So when society presents that, when it comes to black people, then we start believing it. So that's another reason why it is how it is. For me, it gets blown out because we always growing up looking at the news and stuff, and just period, if a black man shoots somebody and he get locked up, they ain't gonna first off do a mental background on this man. He just gonna get locked up. Versus if a Caucasian guy shoot up somebody, he's gonna get a mental illness background check. He gonna get checked for his mental illness. He gonna get checked for his history of having mental illness. All of that. We're not gonna get checked for it. So that's where they come in.
After though, even if it wasn't like, even after they do the evaluation, if a Caucasian or a black man, for instance, like if neither one of them have a history with mental illness or mental hospital, even after, like with a black man, he'll get time, he'll get a sentencing. With a Caucasian person, they'll do the evaluation and they don't have a background, but y'all give it to them and say, okay, well, instead of that, we'll put them in a psychiatric house rather than put them in jail. Well, they supposed to be in jail too.
Right.
Or y'all just not gonna get this same black man treatment.
Right. So
y'all not gonna get him treatment. Y'all just gonna throw him in jail rather than put him in a psychiatric hospital. Y'all not gonna do that.
Well, like she said, if he didn't have the mental illness background, y'all gonna throw him in jail. If he did, he's gonna still go in jail.
Exactly, he's still gonna go in jail. And the fourth and the next person, he answered all the questions that I asked. His answer, his name is Spade Shada. He's a rapper. You probably know him, and y'all should know him. But yeah. The first question he answered with they push it to the side. They put stress to the side of the black community. Second, for his cure to depression is prayer, love, meditation, directing your energy in tasks that distract you. 3, for the substance abuse make it work. Well, the substance make your depression worse. He said worse because it becomes a crutch you depend on. And the fourth, for does it affect, the black community? He said deeply rooted in our culture, but it's often ignored. All the pain throughout history plus the everyday lifestyle in our communities causes trauma. And I agree totally with that, because a lot of times we face trauma as kids that we still not over, and then we become adults. That's when it come back to haunt us. And a lot of childhood stuff that I didn't think would bother me, so I think about sometimes.
Yeah. Excuse our cat, y'all.
Yeah, she in the room with us.
All right, so let me go to my question then.
Now she can find something to play with. Just
to my
make
fancy
noise. Yeah. Yep. See?
And that little new color they got ain't make it no better. Oh, I went to it. Go here, then go to pictures.
Y'all like design on her laptop?
There it is, I found it.
Alright, she's finna do her questions.
Oh, I do got some answers. Yeah. Okay. So my first question was, do black people receive the same opportunity as white people? So we do have a reply here. So, okay, so it's Black Male. He's also a making rapper. Well-known making rapper as well. His first answer to the first question was...
He's a well-known indie rapper.
Okay. We all have choices at the end of the day, but we can't deny that most of our neighborhoods are food deserts. Without any fresh produce in our communities, we're more likely to turn to quicker options. So that's pretty much true. But how I feel about that too, to each his own. But how do you feel about, do black people receive the same opportunity as white people?
No, because I have 2 jobs now, and I see it like it's plain as day.
Okay.
And I ain't speaking bad on no business or anything like that, but I see like it's still prejudiced people out there. They'll give they are presented with way more opportunity than people of our color of our nation. For whatever reason, really don't know, but I see it, and I take heed of it because I want to be a business owner, and I have to take heed of this type of stuff because it's a way you run a business, and I know, like, I pay attention to every manager, and I communicate with corporate, and anybody who watching this, they're going through anything at their job, and they feel like they stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and they feel like nothing can be done, or
they feel like they can't grow.
Communicate with corporate, okay? Communicate. Because you have rights at the end of the day. There's like you living in America.
That's how
and
I
you
feel.
Like you don't have rights. That a job can make you feel like that.
Yeah.
But it's not true.
Yeah.
So the second question was, statistically, there are more successful black women than there are black men. Does society play a role?
I feel like it can be society along with the environment that you're around. I don't really follow him, but Steve Harvey said, you are what you are around. Meaning, like, you are what you hang around with. Most times, some people would disagree with that because of how they carry themselves. If you carry yourself a different way, that means you're confident in you and you already know what you want to do. And they go back to a person being, insecure, having insecurities, and you not. And you know what you want to do. And and honestly, half the time you done been through it already, so you know you're not going back. So it's not more so of you being arrogant and cocky. I done been through the trenches. I ain't going back. So I ain't even let my mind take me back there. When you have those thoughts in your mind, you doubt yourself. Don't go. Just don't do it.
Right.
So his number 2 answer was, it was systematically designed to be that way. They knew that if they could make the man feel inferior, he would always have to rely on the system, and our women wouldn't view us as men. So we had more than likely to be a last option in most cases. In that's true. The system is set up for black women to be more successful than black men.
Mm-hmm. That's just like how my mom explained how they did with the projects.
Okay.
In the projects, the only way you can get the house out there is if you gotta be a woman. Anything else is a lie. Okay, you have to be a woman with a child. Okay, you know what I'm saying. If you got a boyfriend, anything like that, if they find out you got a man in the household, you are out of there. Okay, you out of there.
Basically, they won't help you if you say you got a man in the house. But so either way it go, you and this man need help. So why y'all won't help both of them? Mm-hmm. Why it's gotta be just her and the child?
So that's in itself a woman having way more opportunity than the man already. You can get the house, you can get, women always we can get the benefits and stability as long as you ain't got that man with you. Long as that man not beside you. And if he is beside you, we find out, y'all can go and just make a life by yourself. Mm-hmm. And so that's when she look at the man like, well, what I really need you for? Because I got this free money, I got this free welfare, I got this free way of living. I really don't need you no more. And so that can happen where a woman emasculate a man because he don't have any money or not bring money to the table. That's why a lot of females around here feel like a dude have to have money in order for me to talk to him, or for him to gain my attention, he gotta have some money. It's not true either. Yeah. She playing with the top, y'all.
I wouldn't even pay attention to her.
Yeah, she done start playing with the top.
Alright, so that third question is, do the black community eat healthy enough to say we do? So his answer for number 3 was, like I said in number 1, most of our neighborhoods are food deserts. So when it's time to eat and your quickest option is Burger King, of course not. A lot of us have no idea what eating healthy means. There's been a dietary law set on which foods we should consume that would cause us no harm and which ones would. But if they're pushing the food diagram like they were in grade school, we're in big trouble. Which we are, because in grade school they teach us to eat a lot of meat. They teach us to eat a lot of dairy. But sometimes meat and dairy cause a lot of different complications. So how do you feel about the black community eating healthy, and can we actually show for it?
You know I had to talk with you, but 5 years ago, which was 2014.
Oh, we're talking about school.
No, just in life. I'm talking about in life. I forgot I had a diet nutrition class. But thank you for saying that. In 2014, when I was in Georgia Tech, I had a diet nutrition class, and the stuff I learned that made me look at life so different. A whole lot. when she started talking about her situation with her husband and her family and people who she knew, like it was one lady who she had her baby and she didn't want her baby to be fat. And everybody know you normally have a fat baby. Your baby is supposed to be fat. They need that fat.
Yeah,
So when they're not eating, their body is still is nutrition for them. It's storing, it's storing stuff. So the lady basically malnutrition her kid and only gave it water when she first had it, and her baby died. And it was very, 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 like her baby was very small and like very skinny. It was a bony baby because she wasn't feeding it milk, not knowing that the milk puts the fat on the baby. Your baby's going to lose weight eventually. But with the black community,
your baby need milk. That's why your own body produces milk when you're pregnant to give to the baby.
Yeah, that's what I said. Your body producing natural milk. What makes you think your child
don't need milk? You probably just didn't have to give it animal milk, but
you don't have to give it animal milk.
Breast milk.
Yeah. So with that situation, when I would try to I ain't never enforced nothing on anybody about how to eat, but I always pushed the narrative since I was in the 7th grade, 2007. Yeah. Don't eat pork, don't eat beef, don't eat too many heavy meats. Just don't do it because it'll cause like a lot of complications. And it wasn't because like, trying to be a health head, but it's just situations that I pay attention to. And even with my body, like when I used to be constipated a lot. Like a lot. And when I went and did my research on being constipated all the time, taking that to adulthood, it can cause colon cancer and you could die from colon cancer. So that scared me because she'll tell you, like my family will tell you, like it was bad. Like I eat beef and have like a outbreak on my back because the whole time I had a food allergy and didn't even know about it. So then when I started paying attention to my health, and I converted a little bit because we have I won't say we have a Muslim background, but our aunt and our cousins, they are, and we basically like learned a lot about them. And my mom was like for a short amount of time when she was younger, so she vowed not to eat pork anymore in 2007. And so me and my sister, we basically followed in her footsteps.
Technically, we had no choice.
We had no choice, but
we still living with her.
We had no choice, but still I'm glad I did it to this day.
Yeah.
But other people who I would try to enlighten or just tell them, like a lot of people get offended, be like, well, we're gonna die from something one day. So with that in the black community, it irritate me because why you feel so attacked, or why do you feel like you gotta attack me? Because you remember the time at Waffle House in Warner Robins, when me and her was just having a conversation and a waitress overheard us talk about how we don't eat pork. We was talking to the cook. The cook was a white man. And we was talking about how we don't eat pork, how we don't eat catfish, how we don't eat tilapia and all that right there. And so he was like, one of the worst fish you can eat, tilapia and catfish. And he said one of the worst meat you can eat is beef and pork. This is a white man. On the same accord as us. He's saying stuff that we had conversations about, like we could relate to. A black waitress overheard us and walked up and said, well, we're going to die from something anyway. We're going to die eventually. And that white man just looked at her and he just laughed. And I was embarrassed because I was thinking in my mind, like, the black community, to me, y'all don't make sense. You saying that, okay, would you get a revolver and play Russian roulette until you reach the bullet? Because that's basically what you're saying about pork. I'm going to keep eating it till the day it killed me. So it's the same as playing Russian roulette with yourself.
Right.
But like with black people, you really can't. Sometimes I feel like we can't help each other, and I can't waste my energy on them no more. Like either you you open to it or you're not. And if you're not, that's fine. But don't attack me because you're not open to it. If you're not open minded and you overhear somebody say something that you don't understand or comprehend, don't attack them. A lot of times people like to attack what they don't understand or what they don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times the black community does that. One is because of self-insecurities. You're not confident in yourself. So you automatically feel attacked because a person don't agree with you. Everybody does not have to agree with you.
And how that lady feel that
everybody does not have to agree with you. And what's funny is all the stuff that I tried to enlighten people on, years later, a certain amount of people start doing it and then came to me like they was flatter me. It didn't. I'm happy you got your life right and together, but when I was trying to enlighten people, I was getting criticized and laughed at or told or looked at like I was crazy or I was lying or I was too self-conscious or black conscious, when really back in the slavery days, when all these the chitterlings that y'all eat, the pig feet, the fat back and all right there, The white people got the good part of the meat and gave y'all black people the bad part. And basically, it just got passed down from generation to generation. So all the stuff that y'all eat in y'all household that giving y'all grandma arthritis, making it hard for your grandma to get around the house, it happens to our grandma. This, you know what I'm saying, this kind of contributes to why she's not here today. So that's why I can't really sympathize with black people no more, because y'all don't really understand, like, what, I'm telling you this so you can say your family member, not because I want to be the nigga that know it all. Okay? That ain't, that people, I think people get that from me. I'm not trying to be the nigga that know it all, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in the black community. So that's why sometimes I give up with certain people.
If it gets too offensive about
Yeah,
what
people
white
get offensive
man
about
did for them.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta stop doing that.
Yep.
So can we as black people put aside our pride to focus on what we need in life as far as health rather than what tastes delicious to us?
That what messed a lot of people up. Whatever tastes good. Wow.
Fancy.
No. She probably over there. Y'all gonna see. Say hey, Fancy.
Oh, look, I'm knocking down the phone with you.
She ain't gonna knock it down. She being nosy, y'all. Wow. She really got in the way of the camera. She's sniffing the light. Fancy, move.
Hold on.
She really licking herself in front of the...
Yeah, she gonna knock the phone down. She ain't smart enough to not knock the phone down.
Fancy, get out of the way.
Don't jump back up there.
Golly, man, what dead.
Yeah.
So the last one that I read the answer already. So the answer he gave to that question
Why
was
did you do that?
basically it's up to us, it's our choice. As don't focus so much on the black people, just focus on individual black people when it comes to that question, because as an entirety it's hard to do that because it's a choice. Are you willing to make the choice and sacrifice what tastes good for what's really good for you? So how you feel about that?
I feel like it can be hard because I had the same struggle with I love red velvet cake.
You like chocolate too, and
Brownies, right? You still got on me about my Kit Kat.
Yeah, you need to start eating Kit Kat. But anyway, yeah, I love cake.
you need to start eating cake.
And so I'm struggling with that. I don't like pie. I don't like no pie. I don't care who you will. I don't like pie. But I love cake. So with that being said, like, I feel like, yeah, it can be hard to try to, because, some natural sweetness I get tired of, but for some reason I crave that artificial sugar. And then once you get a taste of artificial sugar, it's kind of hard not to come across it, because it's in your soda, it's in your cake, it's in your
It's in everything.
Yeah, it's in just about everything.
It's how stuff get preserved.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't spoil quicker.
it can be hard. It's in your candy bar, your favorite candy bar, your favorite cereal. So it's hard to not come across. But yeah, today was a kind of bland, real serious, real self-conscious,
Real catty.
real healthy, catty too, podcast. We really just want to bring awareness to health, self-care, mental care, physical, spiritual, mental. We just basically, like, I focused on that side, she focused on the physical side. So we basically care about people, like, in every aspect. Because I agree with her with eating better and all that right now. She agreed with me with
because a lot of times if you don't eat better, you're not gonna think better.
And a lot of people really do feel, which I don't know, but a lot of people feel like you eat better, you feel better. So
You do.
Erykah Badu even
change
feel
your
that way
whole
too.
mental
It really
aspect.
do. It really will. Like, you eat better, it'll change your aspect. Because sometimes, how you eat a burger and then next thing you know, you just feeling real bad. And then you finally take a good dump and now you just, that's kind of what that is. Almost like a detox. And everybody should detox once a month. So if you a pork lover,
I think once every 3 months.
I say
once a month is gonna be too much.
I say once a month for people who eat heavy meat. If you eat heavy pork, heavy beef, like, all the time, if you know for a fact that you can't give that up, please try to detox. It don't have to be once a month. It could be, like she said, once every 3 months. But
once every 2-3 months.
Because it will affect you. Especially if you don't eat vegetables.
Yeah.
Because it's just some people out there don't like vegetables.
Excuse our cat.
She really messing up the podcast.
Not really. She's just being an animal.
Anyway, y'all take care of yourself.
You want to say bye to the
physically,
podcast? Oh, never mind.
Emotionally.
She moved
All
too
that.
fast.
Come here.
You want to say goodbye to the podcast?
And the people out there don't like cats either.
Well,
So
we don't like this cat.
she said, hey, she's speaking to y'all. She don't really like TT like that.
Boo, stop lying.
She
Don't
don't.
kill the cat.
She don't,
and
y'all.
everything.
Y'all heard her when she picked her up, right?
That's because she don't feel like
She
being
finna
born.
hiss at her in a minute.
Okay. Whatever.
She don't like TT. Told you. But watch what she do with me. Come here.
The same thing.
Calm down, fancy. See? She didn't do that with me.
Bye, y'all.
See y'all later.